All right, so I know this is something we had touched on a little bit during jeez, what the fuck we call? Oh yeah, Not Your Friends. It's something we had touched on during Not Your Friends. It's something that Jimmy or Jay Dukes had brought up like almost as soon as we started the show, and while I get there was some joking and stuff behind it, or just at his expense mainly because that dude drinks way more beer than anybody can possibly just like. He's probably has more beer than blood in his system. But he brought up this news story that came out. I assume it was either yesterday. I don't know. Time means nothing to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. But he had brought up a news article or something that happened apparently some time ago, where this awesome young man, black kid from Houston, Texas, he applies not to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 schools. He applies to 20 schools, including some of the most prestigious universities in the country. This kid has busted his ass, like just worked his fucking ass off to maintain a high GPA. He studied, get good scores on his SATs. I assume a great score on his ACT. I don't know. Only took the SAT. Only took it once. And like, yeah, I got an okay score on my SAT. I don't know. My GPA wasn't all that great. I mean, I ended up going to a state school and went to ENT. And ENT is great, but it's not like NC State. It's not like UNC. It's not like Duke. It's not like fucking Stanford. This kid applies to 20 fucking schools. Gets into all of them full ride. So it's like, not only was he smart enough to get into the school, he was smart enough to say, hey, dog, we'll foot the bill for you. Which is amazing. I mean, I could sit here and say that, yes, every school that I applied to, I got into as well. But I applied to A&T, Norfolk State, Johnson & Wales, and I think Johnson C. Smith, and last two in Charlotte. Definitely did not have the testicular fortitude to apply to schools like Stanford. But he did. He felt like he deserved to go to those schools. He felt like he had the grades. He felt like he had the work ethic to go to those schools, and he applied. He got in. He got the whole thing covered. He had the pick of the fucking litter. Yet 3 women, and like, let's put out, it's actually 3 women in Baltimore, Maryland. Not like, when I heard the story, I thought this kid was in Baltimore, Maryland. I thought this was a local story, but no, they picked up on some shit some 100, maybe 1,000 miles away. Like, again, showing how smart. I don't know how far away Houston is from Baltimore, but they found some story for some dude like at least hundreds of miles away from them. Had nothing to do with them. And these 2 white women, and yes, it was a black woman there too. So there's 3 women. It was 2 of them were black, who were the main focus of this piece. And the black woman chimes in at the end like, oh yes, this is very strange. Like, almost like that token black person who's gotta laugh at the white people because, oh shit, I'm gonna lose my job if I don't laugh at them. I better laugh because solidarity. They ain't gonna treat me that lunch if I don't laugh at them. Yeah, like the 2 white women there are like, saying that it was fucking obnoxious for him to apply to 20 schools. It was obnoxious for him to apply when he knew he was going to get accepted. It was obnoxious for him to apply when he's going to get a full ride. And that apparently it was like some talk, like it's like we need to have a talk on how many schools you need to apply to, because this is just crazy. You apply to 20 schools, you get it all like whoa. Let's back it up here. Let's back it up. One, when you apply to university, I'm not sure how long ago these women applied to school, but when you apply, there's no guarantee you're going to get in. Even if you do get in, there's no guarantee that you're going to be able to afford to pay for it. I don't know what this family's financial situation was, but going to big schools like Stanford, yeah, that shit's going to fucking cost money. Do you not know how much it costs to live in California? So for a school like Stanford to provide a full ride, like that's a deciding factor. My thing is that this kid did not know what was going to happen when he applied to these schools. I mean, it's not like he was fucking applying for a car loan at 20 different banks and getting 20 hits on his credit. Like, that's just dumb. That's fucking obnoxious. That's obnoxious when you're doing something that's going to hurt you. This kid was doing something that was not going to hurt anybody. But apparently, because he got accepted into all 20 universities, he got full rides to all 20 universities that he applied for. Apparently, he took deserving chances away from other kids. Like, wait, what? Huh? Wait, hold on, player. How does that work? Like, how did he take opportunities away from other people? Did you ever stop to think that maybe this kid deserved to be there? Maybe the kid who did not deserve to be there got beasted by the guy who did. I mean, can we not stop and fathom that for a second? Like, again, you look at his scores, you look at his GPA, you look at his test scores, and you say, like, okay, so the kid who got waitlisted was more deserving of this kid. You don't even know who that kid is. We don't know who these other individuals are, because, like, I mean, you're assuming like it's just one person. Like, this dude probably outshined fathoms of people, but apparently it's like, well, like, yeah, like there's like, they made a joke at the end, like, I guess 19 people will be able to go to the school of their choice now because, he has to pick one of them. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know if for them it was easy for them to get into school. Like, I'm gonna write my name on this paper, turn it in, and I'm accepted. Like, again, I don't know how, like, I don't know how easy it was to get into school like 20, 30 years ago. I don't know how old these women are. I don't want to assume that I know how old they are. But, they're clearly older than me, and, they went to school long, like, I feel longer than, way before I did. I don't know how easy it was to get into a school. Also, seeing that I'm not a white woman, I definitely don't know how easy it was. And this is not to say that, it's easy for white women to get into school, but it's a lot easier for white people to get into more prestigious universities than it is for a person like me. And granted, with a name like Mark Summers, and again, a name like Michael Brown, like, tame names. But, like, let one of our names be Jamal or LeBron, or like, Mercedes, that can probably get in, but Porsche, something ethnic to the selection committee, and before seeing our faces, before seeing test scores, we're being automatically eliminated. What was even more disturbing is I actually read more. We talked about the initial thing and how, Jimmy was tweeting back and just like constantly flaming them on, or at least one of them on Twitter. I read a little bit more, and he had a talk with them. Like Michael Brown actually they apparently contact each other, had like a little Skype call or whatever to talk about what happened. But nobody apologized for the blatant systemic racism that was being put on display on this newscast about a kid who lived nowhere near them. Like, no apology. Like, oh, we're so sorry. We didn't mean to offend you, but we're not fucking sorry for it. It's almost like that. That dude who interviewed Zuckerberg talking about the terms of service or whatever, the end user license agreement. I don't know what the fuck, the thing you sign your first child away when you sign up for Facebook, and how you mentioned that the TOS was not necessarily to remind us of our rights, but to cover Facebook's ass. And then you kind of sent them home with homework. I thought it was kind of funny. He says, "Hey, go back and take your lawyers. I know they're very nice lawyers. I know you're paying a lot for them. Go back, take them home, and say write something different that way people can understand what's going on." But then he fucked up, and he was like, "None of that Swahili. In plain English or Americans can read it." And I'm like, okay, yeah, no, walk that back. And I forgot where he went, and somebody gave him a chance to walk that shit back. So, yo, like, you were coming under fire for like your racist comment talking about like Swahili and shit. The voters know. My constituents know what I said. They know what I meant. I wasn't being racist. I know what I meant. They know what I meant. So you gonna apologize? Nah, I'm not gonna apologize. What the fuck, yo? Like, you know what? I can sit here and say I don't know what the fuck is going on, but then I'd be lying. I'd be fucking lying if I didn't know what's going on with people. Let's say certain individuals are coming out and really just showing all their shit because, like, you know, for one, they realize like it's the end for them. Like, the control, the hold that they have over us is slowly slipping away, and they don't like it. So they just throwing temper tantrums. Like, I don't know, my son, he can throw a temper tantrum, but nothing like these white folks, I swear. But yeah, it's like, I feel like this dumb shit with white people and just like finding every possible means to demean us, people of color, and other marginalized groups, to demean us, to keep their hold on society. That's starting to become the obnoxious part. Not the fact that a young man from Houston, Texas, a young black man from Houston, Texas, can choose any fucking school he wants to better his fucking education, to bring that back to his community or help a community out. Like, I'm pretty sure Houston would love him back. I know some people in Houston who would definitely love to have these young brother back when he gets that degree and just changes things. But you know, look, his calling may be elsewhere, and we get that. And I hope he chooses the school of his dreams. Hope he can get the education of his dreams, and I hope he can give it back, because that's what we need. So we can sit there, finally stop this obnoxious bullshit of white people sitting there just tearing us the fuck down. All right, so I've got that off my chest. That's all I'm saying. I'm not really going to plug anything. Actually, I think I was going to make this an actual video, but I think I'm just going to kind of cut what I need out of it. Just this main bit here, and just post it, because like, I would like to put the full trappings of this video in here, but I don't know. I'm just like, no, it doesn't fucking deserve that. Like, it's just this message. Like, this shit has to fucking stop. Like, it's just, again, yeah, you're right. This is fucking obnoxious. Not the fact that a brother is trying to succeed and trying to do right by his family, his community, and for himself. It is obnoxious when other people who just because someone looks different, someone's from a different area than they are, and just come in and fucking just tear somebody down. Fuck you. Stop that. Stop all of it.